Hey everyone, it's Theo. In this video, we're going to be farming genies on Ruthless Coastal Bazaar. So let's get started. Now this is a build that was made by KOD, and that's the one we're going to be using today. So we'll grab some mana, and we're going to go ahead and build an ensnare and a strength drain aura right here. And then we're going to do the same thing right over here in front of this crystal. And then we'll go ahead and swap over to our Series EV. And we're going to build a 4D buff beam right here. And another one buffing these auras. And we'll go ahead and swap over to our Hermit. And we're going to build some seed bombs, a mushroom spore, and a golem. So we're going to have our seed bomb facing directly north, and then one each off to each side of the crystal, just like that. Finish that up with a mushroom spore and a golem. I'll go ahead and bring in our adept. And we're going to be building LTs and DSTs. So I have my DST pointing directly south. And then the rest of these will be LTs. Now I have one DST pointing at the directly south crystal just to handle some slow moving flyers that come about. We can go ahead and bring in our tower boost monk, and we're going to face north and just tower boost and upgrade as we go. So we'll pretty much do this until we get to near the end of wave 24. And as we get to near the end of wave 24, I'll bring in 3 additional heroes so that we'll get all 4 genies after this run. And I'm back. Now, how necessary it is to upgrade all of these towers, I don't really know. I mean, you could probably only have to upgrade the buff beam depending on your stats, and you'd be perfectly fine. But I feel really weird about just upgrading a buff beam. I kind of always feel I need to upgrade everything. It's just... it's something I've always done. I've been playing this game for 10 years. It's kind of what I do. Now, I will say this map is notorious for slogers. So this last part just takes forever, it feels like, because you're just waiting on the remaining ogres to show up here. Honestly, this would be an even faster map if we didn't have to deal with just the slowness of all of these ogres coming out and just dying for us. And this is really one of the reasons why I would probably say that Genie farming on Hall of Court, well, I don't know what the rates are for Genies on that map compared to Coastal Bazaar. I would say that Hall of Court does feel a lot faster. And not only does it feel, but it actually is faster. Faster by about a minute and a half. So really, it's nice to have two different options. Coastal Bazaar can get kind of monotonous at times, so being able to have a separate or another Genie farm is kind of nice. And Hall of Court is a pretty easy setup. Alright, last ogre. Here we go. And there we go, 4 Genies. So I'm going to go ahead and swap over to my summoner real quick and go ahead and sell all of these defenses so we can look at our times. Alright, now that's done, let's go ahead and start this wave so we can actually see what our timings are for this map. All right, here are our times. So compare these times to Coastal Nightmare versus Hall of Court Ruthless. We can see that, Nightmare is 7 minutes and 4 seconds versus Ruthless, which is 5 minutes and 26 seconds, and then Hall of Court, which is 4 minutes total. So it's a very big difference. Obviously, Hall of Court seems to be it seems to be the better option if you want to farm some Genies at this point. And that's probably what I would do. I think it's a faster setup, it's an easier setup, has less slow ogres, and it's 1 minute and 26 seconds faster than Coastal Ruthless. So we'll go ahead and look at the towers, and then we're going to head back to the tavern and have a look at our item box. Alright, there's our Genies. Thanks for watching, and happy farming.